Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to another episode of Scale Model Car Chief. I'm Steven. In this episode, we're going to be doing another update of the legendary Green Hornet Shelby EXP 500 Mustang Coupe. This is such a special Mustang. It was kind of a test mule for a whole bunch of technology that was cutting edge and way ahead of its time. You know, by today's standards, 50, almost 60 years ahead of its time. Electronic fuel injection by Conlec, independent rear suspension, and among other things. So let's go ahead and get into the model kit itself. I went ahead and I kit bashed the two kits as seen here. I took the Shelby GT500 fastback kit, and I went ahead and cut the kit and made it the front end to the rosin body or the 3D printed body that I had, of a 68 Mustang Coupe. And here we are with the two pieces put together and in primer. There was more than just two pieces. I had to do the rear end treatment as well. And you can see that in my earlier video, I think update number 1 on that. So here's a good 360 degree view of where we are to this point. The primer helps, the paint adhere good, but it also lets you know where you have to work and sand and fix any issues. So I used Tesser's Extreme Lacquer for the green paint. It was, I feel, a good color choice. Finding the right mix of green was proven hard, and it looked good. So here's where I had to modify the tub for the fastback. Seeing that this car is a coupe, the tub would not work, so I had to cut it down. And I tried to work some styrene in place, and please don't laugh at me. I couldn't get the styrene to work the way I wanted, so I used an index card. Most of that's going to be covered. All you'll see through the rear window is the package tray, where, in most cases, the speaker would be, there would be a speaker in the center of the dash up front, and, in the rear, if you had that option, there would be speakers in the rear. So that works good. With black paint, it'll blend right in, and you'll just see a little portion of that, and it was cost effective. Here's a look at some of the detailing I've done to the chassis. A lot of times, the unibody portion was left in red oxide primer, and then the body color in most cases would be sprayed on it. But seeing that the Green Hornet was a custom mix of paint, I just decided to go with the black overspray. Here's a look at the wheels and the rims. So I just put a black wash on that. Now let's go ahead and put them in place. My shaky hands, got to get the super glue right where I need it. As we get older, you get a little more shake, and things are harder to detail than when I was 20 years old or even 15 years old building model kits. Okay, hold it there for just a couple seconds and get any adjusting done that I need, and we should be pretty good. And if you look, when my big hands are out of the way, I just took my silver pencil and just kind of highlighted some areas, then rubbed it with my finger to give a little detailing, to those front cross members there, where the strut rods would go. Here's a better look. I did it on the independent rear suspension, and I'm putting my custom exhaust piece in place. Yeah, I had to change it up with the independent rear suspension that the green Hornet had. So don't laugh at it. I just cut the 9-inch axle down and just using the steel rod to simulate the independent rear suspension. I thought it worked fine, and I believe it'll look good. Yeah, I'm not trying to build a 100% accurate car, but I wanted to have a great representation of what the car is in my model kit. So here's the chassis put together, and there's that awesome independent rear suspension in the rear. The resonators, I went ahead and painted them red like a thrush muffler. Those are resonators. There would have been, if it was factory, a transverse muffler. I was trying to think of the word muffler behind the rear axle, but I just couldn't get that detail in there. Here's a look at the detailing I did on the interior compartment. This was an automatic car, so I had to change the 4-speed shifter and make my own little T-handle, iconic type Mustang shifter. So that's where we are to this point. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching, and have a safe and blessed day. We'll see you on the next update. Take care.